Well, happy Earth Day. I'd never really heard of Earth Day before, and I thought, as I now am an Earth Keeper, it's really important that I take this opportunity to speak on behalf of Pachamama. Pachamama is Mother Earth, Gaia, Mother Nature, planet Earth. And I was thinking, if Pachamama could talk, if she had words, because she does talk, it's just we don't listen because she doesn't use our words. So if she could talk, if she could speak today, what would she say? Now, I asked her, I said, Pachamama, what can I say today? What can I share today to speak on your behalf? And she said, look around. And I looked around. I heard the birds singing. I saw the little ants having a wander and the little aphids on the tree that the termites were seeming to milk. And I saw all the leaves on the trees now springing into life, and the ferns, which you can just about see here, just starting to uncurl and open up and say, yay, I'm ready for another year of this. Because they're all waking up after winter. Because here in Portugal, it's spring. And over winter, unless you're an evergreen, you go to sleep, you hibernate. And even we do. We rest more over winter and we conserve our energy ready for spring and going again. We are meant, as the human race, we have evolved, and we really should be working with the seasons and with Pachamama. But we don't, and we call it progress. Now, when you look around and you see the beauty of nature, and you see all the things growing, and you understand the cycle of life, and you see how Papa Inti, the sun, those rays come down, and those they help feed the plants. It's called photosynthesis. So the plants use the chlorophyll in the leaves and anything green, really, that's what makes things green, is chlorophyll. And it's how it feeds things, and then that then feeds the soil into Pachamama. And when these things, there's chamomile coming up now, and when these things feed into Pachamama and then draw back out things, it's all one big circuit. It's not just a tree, it's not just the grass, The grass is protecting the soil so it doesn't get burnt, and when humans go digging it up and ploughing through it and creating huge massive pits and things, we're opening up Pachamama and creating open wounds. That kills off a lot of the life that's there on top of the soil. That's why when you have proper compost and not compost that you make in a week or two, it has more goodness and more nutrients in it when we actually compost our waste instead of sending it to landfill, where it's unable to compost because of the climate, the environment that it's in doesn't allow it to compost. It allows it to sit there for even longer, really damaging the environment. So compost is such a very important thing that we can all do and contribute to help put food back into Pachamama. Over winter, everything that isn't evergreen, it sheds its leaves, and it leaves everything at its bare minimum a lot of things hibernate, you know, a lot of the insects you'll see disappear. There's lots of bugs and things that go into the leaf litter and just try and hang out until things like dry out again. Frogs and toads, they kind of go and live in underground and sort themselves out and keep themselves cozy over winter until things are better conditioned to come up and start reliving again. And now we see everything coming to life. We see the trees opening up and all the new leaves. We see all the grass starting to come up that some of it had seemed to disappear over winter with all the water and the rain. We see the butterflies coming back now and bobbing about between the wildflowers. And there's such a massive diversity here in nature, just here at Ahimsa. The amount of different wildflowers, the different fungi, it's all year round, that when you don't mess with that balance of nature, it sorts itself out, and these things thrive, you know. They're just happy because they're just left to get on with it. And in certain ways we might help, where things are growing too close together, and we help by watching what we do, what we eat, and what we have our waste, and where we travel, and try and live in harmony with what is. And some people call it regenerative farming, some people permaculture, some people call it walking right way. And it really is important, because when we do that, we tune back in. It can help with things like insomnia and stuff, with all the light and things like that we get in towns and cities. We forget to tune in to the cycles. We forget to bathe in the moonlight. We forget to be thankful for the sun, Papa Inti. We forget about being grateful for Pachamama. We forget that Pachamama is the thing that feeds us. Pachamama is the trees and the life that she creates, is what helps us breathe fresh air. It's what helps keep the diversity. It's what helps keep things right, which is why they call it walking in right way. And it's really important to know that while we think it's down to everyone else, or just sit complaining about, oh well, you know, the government should do this, the council should do this or that, or people should do this, that and the other, we're that busy putting our energy into what everyone else is doing, we forget that we have the power to be able to make the change ourselves. And in life, when we start making our change, positive change for ourselves, then it's amazing what happens in our lives and what then ripples out from our lives. It's about learning to be the change that you want to see in the world. It's not about telling other people, you've got to do this, or you've got to come on board with me and we can make the world better. It's about you making your world better, so you can help live in Aini, which is in right way with Pachamama. You know, it's everything that you can do, what you think about it, what you buy, how much you drive your car. Think about the impact that COVID has had on the planet and the people going travelling less, and the amount of, some cases there's more rubbish, some cases there's a lot less rubbish. People are starting to grow their own vegetables and things. Right, Scoop, we've got the goats coming to join us now. It's about looking at Pachamama and saying, how can I live in harmony with you today? What steps can I take, even if it's just walking? And you know, walking around the block or going for a walk in nature, just to help us calm down and just to breathe again and appreciate what's there. You know, even if we're growing plants on our windowsill, all of these things do a massive amount of contributing to the greater good, the highest good of all in existence. It's not just about me, it's not just about you, it's about everything, because everything is integrated. There's no one thing can live without the other, and the over 70% of animals that have gone extinct now just in the last 10 or 20 years is unreal. I remember as a kid at school doing a song all about animals going extinct. Dude, people never think we slaughter them, we think we're good, but animals are losing their blood. That was what I wrote when I was 10. I'm 40. And them animals that I talked about then, I didn't really know very much. I was only 10. A lot of them are now extinct or only alive in zoos. And that sucks. So I want to take this opportunity to say Happy Earth Day, and please take a few minutes out of your day to tune in to Pachamama and see what she's trying to say to you, and feel how she provides the breath that you take, and feel how she provides the food. When you're eating the food, remember that's come from the earth. That didn't get made in a factory and turn up on your plate. You know, there's so much that you can do, that you have the power to do, and that you can put your energy into in a really practical, helpful way. And you can be that change that you want to see in the world. And what you do, it ripples out, you know. That's energy for you. That's energy, and how energy works. Everything is energy, and as you put your energy into you and improve you, it just, everything else improves. Like dominoes, you flick a domino, it just knocks them all over on the way out. And you know, the more you put your energy into positive and love, the more you will help yourself and others, and the world will become a better place. And the other thing, when you look behind me there and just here, there is no racism in nature. It's not. It might be something's weaker than something else, so they'll take it out to keep things healthy. But they don't, you know, one tree doesn't pick on another tree because one's a bit more bendy than the other, or one's just not as developed as the other. It's about realising that these trees are souls. Like I'm a soul, like you're a soul, and like these trees, there's so many different trees, and yet not one of those trees is funny with the other. It's just about sharing space, you know, and adapting to your environment. And that's what we need to do as a race. There's one race, and it's the human race. You know, I don't care what sexuality you are, what disabilities you've got. I don't care what colour you are, what religion you've got. There's room for everyone, and not one of you is more important than me, and not one of me is more important than you. We are all equal. We are all souls. We are all exactly the same, which is pure love and awareness down at our core. It's about love and accepting each other. Doesn't matter, you know. There's no racism in nature. Everything just gets on and lives together and adapts to the environment. no one cares what colour the other birds are. No one cares which type of bees there are. No one cares that there's 3 or 4 or 5 different types of ant colonies in one space. They all just go, okay, so I've got my space for my home and you've got yours for your home. The cats are all different colours and they're all like, yeah, well, we don't care. The goats, 2 or 3 different colours. And the goats are just like, yeah, we're happy because we're goats. So we're all love and energy. We're all part of Pachamama. And there is no racism. There is no discrimination in nature. So all that discriminatory behaviour is all down to human perception and fear. Well, fear is a man-made thing. It's something that we created to keep ourselves safe back in the Paleolithic era. You know, we've come on a fair bit since then and evolved a huge amount as human beings. So there is no more excuses for that kind of behaviour. It's about loving each other and just sharing our space, and knowing that every single human on the planet has so much that they can give us, so much skills and so many abilities that they have to share, that there is no need to cast anyone aside or think that anyone's a weirdo or anyone's not acceptable because they've got a gift just like you. We're all just like each other. We all feel pain, we all feel hurt, and we all feel love. And it's about learning to live with acceptance and love for one another. That is what matters. You know, that is also something that Pachamama would like to say, because it's really sad that we are just animals, and as animals we're the only animals that are racist, discriminatory and behave in such a horrendous manner to other souls on the planet. We do things because of greed and because of misunderstandings and fear. We don't do it for survival. We just do it because we don't seem to know any better when we should, because evolution, you know, evolution says we improve, you know, and the only thing we're heading for right now is a global mass extinction of the human race due to us being so progressive that we're managing to knock ourselves out of the food chain. So think about it. Okay, well, seriously, big loves to every single person out there. I love you all, and if anyone wants anything, I'm only a message away. So be that change that you wish to see in the world, and do what you can do to love and bridge the gap between love and fear with acceptance. Okay, I love you all. Namaste.